An Alaska skinwalker is a little different than the skinwalker of the Southwest or the Appalachia. Now, it's often seen in the appearance of a bear. Now, this story takes place in the Alaska wilderness. There were three men who were hunters who had went on this hunting trip. And one night they're at their campsite and they have a good sized fire going and they're just kind of laughing, eating food, drinking, having a good time. When all of a sudden this man comes out of the woods and they said it was really weird. He was this tall, skinny gentleman with a mustache and sort of slick back hair, and he's wearing this really nice suit jacket and dress pants. And they're like, "What is this dude doing in the middle of the woods?" And he's like, "Hey, you know, my name is Jeffrey, and like I'm camping not too far from here. I heard you guys, and I thought maybe I could join you." So Jeffrey kind of sits down with him, and they start talking and stuff, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. But then they said all of a sudden his demeanor sort of changed. He seemed more kind of aggressive and pensive. And he says to him, "You know, we're pretty alone out here in the wilderness. We're far away from the a nearby town or city. Like if something happened to us, no one would hear us scream." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, that's true." And they're just kind of like, "That's weird. Why is he saying that?" And he said, "Yeah, a lot of things happen in this woods. A lot of people disappear and no one ever finds them. But that's Alaska for you." And they said he just stood up and he turned around and he walked off into the woods. So they were like, that was a really weird encounter. So they decided, you know what, like, we better be careful tonight because we don't know who this dude is. So none of them were able to really sleep much that night. About 2 in the morning, they hear some noise outside of their campsite, like branches breaking, like something's moving through the woods. And they kind of hear what sounds like a weird grunting sound. They said all of a sudden out of the woods comes this very huge bear and it grabs the tent and starts biting at the tent as they're in this tent and they're like all in there. They start firing shots at this thing, but it's not affecting it. It's not giving up. And it's trying to like rip through the tent and get to them. They manage to take a knife, cut the front of the tent. They all run out of the tent and take off running into the woods. And they said like as they're going through the woods at night, they could hear like the growls of this bear, like it was following them. And they said it seemed like it was almost intelligent, like a human. Well, they finally managed to go to like this cabin that was in the middle of the woods, and they bang on the door, and this old man, answers, and they're like, "We're being chased by a bear. Can we come inside?" So he lets them in, and he closes up the door and like has latches on the window that he closes, and he's like, "Yeah, there's more than just bears out here. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens all the time. So at night, like, I have my door fastened shut. I have my windows fastened shut. Like, we don't go out at night here in this area."